We were just informed of the devastating news. We were all waiting to finally be able to see Shiri Bibas and her two children, Ariel and Kfir, liberated from the monsters that were holding them. And we found out that they were murdered. And at times like this, very often, we end up falling into the trap of the blame game. If only this, if only that. There's only one person who's to blame for this, and that is the wicked Hamas animals who have done this. Elica Le Bon, you may or may not know who she is. She is the daughter of Iranian Muslims. She is not Jewish. She's an attorney. She expresses this so eloquently. I want to share this with you.
So I just got to my hotel in Toronto and I heard the news about the Bibas babies who have now been confirmed dead. And their dead bodies are going to be returned by Hamas tomorrow. And I know that from here on out, we're going to hear every single excuse in the book that there should have been a ceasefire deal sooner, and there should have been a hostage deal, and there should never have been a war, and Jews should never have returned to the land, and what about the occupation? Everything. Except the one thing that this morally bankrupt world should have said on October 7th, which is that terrorists should not be kidnapping babies. And it is that failure. Just no. It is that abject failure to do the right thing, to say the one thing that needed to be said from the beginning. That is exactly why Hamas has benefited for the past 16 months and babies have suffered. Because for the past 16 months that you've been watching these protests out there saying, kill the hostages. Hamas, we love you. We support your rockets too. Jews, go back to Poland. All of it, all of those 16 months was 16 months that those Bibas babies were underground in tunnels relying on you to be their voice. And where were you? Where were you? Where you were was saying, who are we to judge how a people resist? I'll tell you who we are. Who we are is society. We are quite literally the people who judge the standards of violence and morality. That is what we do. But you know what? Based on the past 16 months, maybe you aren't the people to judge. Maybe you are the people to be judged. Because if, as a society, we can't find it in ourselves to say the one thing that counts, which is that terrorists shouldn't be killing babies, and as a result of that failure to say the right thing, these babies, their bodies are coming home dead tomorrow, just know that their blood is not just on the hands of the terrorists that kidnapped them. Their blood is on the hands of a failed society that is against everything except the terrorists that killed them.
She is 100% correct. Every single one of us walks through life, and while we can play victimhood, we carry responsibility. And we have a responsibility to voice the truth and to stand up for those who are truly the victims. And when we don't, we become complicit with the problem. We are a failed society. There are so many societies today which are failed societies. All we can say is, Yehei Zichron Baruch, may their memory be a blessing, and may they on high, with no doubt, have been killed as sanctifying God's name. They are known throughout the entire world as Jews who have given up their lives because they are Jews, which is what we call sanctifying God's name. Their souls are right before Almighty God, and may they beseech mercy upon the Jewish people wherever we find ourselves, and all good people, that they may be protected and that evil finally be obliterated from this earth.